This evening, I went to my local AMC theaters to catch an early screening of the new horror film In a Violent Nature. I was first intrigued by this movie when a trailer for it popped up when I was waiting to watch another Shudder film, Late Night with the Devil. What immediately caught my eye about this movie was the similarities it had to Friday the 13th. Now, before anybody says anything in the comments section, I don't want to take away anything from this movie. So this evening I just finished the movie, and to sum it up, the movie is so good, I hate it. Now, before everybody starts coming at me as to why I dislike the movie, just hear me out first. Now, the movie comes out the 31st of May. Depending when you see this video, it's probably already out. I was lucky enough to be able to watch it today. It's directed by Chris Nash, and it's distributed by Shudder and IFC Films, who, in my opinion, as of recently, have been killing it with horror films and being able to give creators a creative system of making movies, giving them creative freedom, letting them do what they need to do, and we end up getting really good movies like this. Now, the director Chris Nash is also an actor. He was in a movie that has a bit of a cult following. He had a role in Psycho Goreman, but besides other acting appearances, In a Violent Nature is what I would consider his directorial debut. What I saw tonight was no short of one of the best horror movies I've seen, and in my opinion, for right now, the best horror movie of the year. And that's a lot of credit, knowing that Late Night with the Devil came out and I fairly enjoyed that movie. This is so far the best movie I've seen in May out of the ones I've seen in the theater. It's just so original and raw and so unique. The perspective of a killer, but a killer that has no emotion, no remorse, and like in the trailers is animal-like. Now, the movie is filmed in 4:3, and I say 4:3 lightly because it almost seems like a bit of a smaller ratio, if that makes any sense. I'm a sucker for 4:3 movies. I just love the way 4:3 works. I abuse the 4:3 look. It's a pretentious art school thing, I guess. I mean, ever since I saw the 4:3 ratio in mid-90s, I fell in love with it. You could probably show me somebody taking a shit in 4:3 and I'd still probably fuck with it. So maybe it's a little biased towards me, but I love the fact that this movie is filmed in 4:3. It just adds a lot of claustrophobia, if that makes sense. It just makes the movie more intense, in my opinion, especially since we are following the perspective of a slasher killer. So the movie is about a group of teens that take Johnny's locket given to him by his mother after a collapsed fire tower in the woods. This awakens his slumber. Johnny becomes a vengeful spirit as he embarks on a bloody slaughter, provokes havoc, murder, and fear. Now, when I said originally in the video that this movie shared a lot of concepts of Friday the 13th, I still believe it still carries over, but it has enough originality for it to be its own thing. The reason I bring this up is not to take away anything from the movie, because that is not what I want to do. This movie is so well done, it is so well shot, that I don't want to take away anything from it. The reason I say I hate it is because knowing that this could have been a Jason Voorhees, knowing that this could have been a perfect Friday the 13th movie for a reboot, and then knowing that we'll never get something like this, that's what makes me hate it more. See, the character Jason Voorhees himself, I'm a huge fan of. I've always been a fan of. As a kid, I always thought Jason and Michael Myers were the coolest. The last time I was able to see Jason on the big screen was the horrible remake we got a couple years ago. And now, since his licensing is up in purgatorial hell, and we basically don't know when we'll ever get a movie, we got what essentially could have been the perfect Friday the 13th movie. This movie took away what makes slasher films so bad in the modern era, and it added genuine fear, it added a genuine scare, and it's so originally well done. I cannot stress how well this movie was shot, how well this movie was written, and how well this movie was executed. Mr. Nash has a talent, and I am definitely watching whatever he makes next. There is a reason why this film was selected for Sundance, and there is a reason this film should get the credit it deserves. I think hate is a bit of an overreaction on my part, just because the movie is so good. Honestly wish this movie hits 100 million in the box office, just crazy numbers, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, and I don't understand why. It's gory, it's scary, it's a beautiful looking movie. It's hard to say that in a lot of horror movies nowadays if it isn't an overly complicated mental warfare movie. This is so simple down to the point. It's a vengeance spirit going out to kill, so a normal audience can enjoy it, and a bunch of other people that enjoy film can enjoy it as well. It's such a great medium. It's not cringy, it's not corny, and it takes itself very seriously, and it should. In a Violent Nature, once again, is an original film. In my opinion, took a lot of inspiration from the Friday the 13th. I mean, the base around the movie is about a kid that was mistreated and it comes back for vengeance, and he happens to live near a lake in the woods. It is Jason Voorhees written all over it, but this is just better in my opinion. It has a better story, it has a better synopsis, it has better cinematography, It has a better writing, and even the main character himself, Johnny, can carry on his own. He has his own unique style, his own unique look, his own unique trademarks. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but the kills in this movie are insane. There's a certain scene in the movie where two people sitting left to me had to get up and leave the theater, and the guy sitting to the right of me visibly gagged. This movie is sick and twisted in the best way possible. I can't recommend this movie enough. If you're gonna check anything out this month or this weekend, it should be In a Violent Nature. Please support this movie. If we don't support movies like this, we'll never get anything like it ever again. That being said, my official score for In a Violent Nature, it ranks high, 9.4 out of 10. Now, I had to get this movie out there. I am coming out with movies I watched this month later on, probably in a couple days. This is the last movie I'll probably see in May. Unfortunately, I didn't get to catch Furiosa, so I probably have to put that in June. But I did watch a lot of good movies this month. May was a good month for movies. I don't want to give too much detail onto it. This movie was just so good that I decided to make a video of its own. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And that's it.